Well, it's Mike O'Neill and
Lori Ruff. Hi.
Hi. We're with Integrated Alliances. We've been in business for 7 years, and we're in the social media business now, and been that way for 4 years now. And when I got started, I couldn't convince anyone that there was a business around this stuff. It's a website called LinkedIn.
Why do you need training on that? You just go in, you fill out the blanks, and you get on with your life. You do your business.
Yeah, it's a website. Well, now, there's this little website called Salesforce.com out there, and there's a whole lot of other websites called eBay that are rather complex. And if you know your way around, you have a much more satisfying experience.
Right.
And so I've trained a few people over the years. I think we're at 10,000 now that we've trained in over 400 sessions, and that's as of right
What
now.
I really love, though, is that we've trained over 100 other LinkedIn trainers. So there are people out there that saw the power, they took the training, they saw the power of it, and they said, wow, this is great, and they got better at it. And what usually happens is people say, how'd you do that? And so you start sharing, and there are other people out there that we've trained now that are also sharing their story. So it's really blossoming. Of course, there are other people that are training on LinkedIn that started themselves that didn't go through our training.
Well, there are people who don't belong in front of the crowd. They should be in the crowd in a lot of cases. But, it's becoming less and less so. But then again, as soon as someone masters part of LinkedIn, they come out with something else.
Right. I got on yesterday, and there was a new feature. I heard that they were going to update the status and make it more Facebooky, which you don't really want all the platforms to look completely alike. But I like the new thing. They've got a URL shortener in there, and when I put in the link to the book on Amazon, to our Rock the World book, that picture of the book came up.
Oh.
And so that was kind of cool. So there's this little visual component that pops up in there.
Well, you just mentioned something.
The book.
The book.
That was an eye-pulling experience.
Yeah. Writing a book is quite an experience. It's along the lines of having a baby, I believe.
I think it was more like me trying to pull your eye teeth out while you were awake and unconditioned and not
and me slapping you around for doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of late night hours go into writing a book. It just is that way with everyone. Very few. Some people who try to write books in the morning, they run out of time because the day comes upon you. And at night, when you write a book, you can, I'm going to finish this chapter, and it might be 5 a.m. And there were many times where the light was coming on out here.
Right. That would be the sun rising.
Sunrise. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, is that what they call it? I never see it directly. It's always, on the other side of that building over there. Because we're in a high-rise in downtown Denver when we do this stuff. So we're right in the heart of the action of what's going on, where people are tweeting and Facebook's going on and events are happening.
Hey, there are a lot of social media folks in Denver, and I found out from one of our good friends, Kevin Johansson at Business Catapult, that Denver has the third most integrated or per capita use of LinkedIn in the country.
Well, we've personally held over 200 LinkedIn trainings here. I think that might have something to do with that.
And they have San Francisco Bay is the highest. That's where LinkedIn is.
That's where LinkedIn is. And we were at LinkedIn corporate headquarters about 4 months ago.
It was a lot of fun. It was great.
So what was the highlight of it, Lori?
Well, for me, the highlight was I turned the corner into the lunchroom, and on the wall is this poster announcing the Pink Floyd show. One of the tribute bands is going to be there.
The Floyd Experience.
And I thought anybody who likes Pink Floyd is going to be a friend of Mike's. We're going to get along fine. And then we go around the corner and they got ping pong and foosball and rock band.
They had rock band.
They had rock band. They weren't playing rock band, but they let him hold the guitar. I got a picture of him.
So at 4 o'clock on Fridays, they kick off, kind of like the old days of the internet boom.
Right.
And I didn't see a keg of beer tapping and stuff, but I'm sure there's beer involved in this. And they play rock band, and I had to strap it on.
Mm-hmm.
Now I didn't power it on, but I got a little bit of video with me kind of toying around, and we've used some of those shots in marketing.
That's all of that is really important, because some people are probably watching this saying, "What's that got to do with business?" But all of this is really important because, especially with the way the economy's been, I've been hearing more and more people say that what really inspires them when they follow us is that we seem to have fun. We are doing what we're passionate about, and we're having fun doing it. And so business is hard, and life is hard. It has been for everybody the last few years. But I think we're, coming out of that, and we've been able to combine our passion of rock and roll and business. So here's our new business cards, and we've got our business cards
off the press.
And the business on one side, and you flip them over, and there's us in our alter egos with Guns N' Roses t-shirt for me, and you got this Who t-shirt on with your jacket,
Yep.
and you're looking kind of cool in your little black leather pants there.
Those pants have been to over 300 concerts. That very same pair of pants.
It's amazing. But, you know, it's that consistency when we really figured out who we were, and the consistency of figuring out what space are we comfortable in and what do we love. And really, that's what got the book written, too, because trying to get Mike O'Neill to read a book that does not have pictures in it is not going to happen. But
Those are called magazines.
those are called you do read magazines, yeah, Rolling Stone magazine. But you know, writing and going through all that process was like, Mike, come on, write this, write this, write this. And then he's listening to the radio one night. And
three in the morning.
3 in the morning, and you're working on the account and settings section, trying to figure out how do I explain to people how this works, and what came on the radio.
Pink Floyd's Welcome to the Machine came on. It was KBCO 97.3. KBCO.
Yeah.
World class rock.
World class rock. And so you said it's you go to bed and you write on the table, on the bedside table pad, it's the rock. It's all about the rock. And so we got up the next day, and Mike said, you know what, hey, let's incorporate a little bit of rock and roll and how LinkedIn and each section of LinkedIn correlates to rock and roll, just like Pink Floyd's Welcome to the Machine is like the man behind the curtain with the accounts and settings.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, that was July. September, we got the last bit of funding. We got the design done. We got the editing done. We got the cover done. Thank you, Bob Todd, for that. You're brilliant.
Yeah.
And then got it to the presses, sort of. And
It was under the tree at Christmas time,
under the tree
technically.
at Christmas. And so there you go. And this is actually the second edition. We've revved it once already. Because in the social media space, things change.
They do, and the things changed overnight. The new user interface launched right when we're about to go print the book. So we're about to go print hundreds of copies of the book right before Christmas. New user interface. It's my picture here 3 times. Well, guess what? That's where Lori earned her stripes.
I had earned my stripes before that, but he didn't know. Because
Well,
I always do my work when he's not around.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah.
Yeah.
So we are a social media couple, by the way. And being a social media couple, you get into these little things now and then, don't you? So we met on LinkedIn, by the way. We met on
did.
LinkedIn.
I was in North Carolina and met him on LinkedIn and came out and bought into the company and came out for training and the rest, as they say, is history. And it's,
So let's talk about the future. This book here, our first book, Rock the World with Your Online Presence, is about creating a fantastic LinkedIn profile that gets you absolutely nailed to the wall in terms of looking absolutely perfect on LinkedIn. So for our second book, which is coming out in the summertime, maybe in July, it's Rock the World with Social Media, because the social media component is huge. LinkedIn people are wandering into other areas of social media now. They're getting used. Here's the mock-up cover.
It's on somebody else's book, but we just taped the cover to the front. And Bob Todd has not had his swag at this yet, so he's probably.
That's my design. So
there you go.
And it has a dark side of the moon, Pink Floyd kind of a narration to it.
Right.
And because when we do the Q&A at our events, it's always these questions about what about Twitter, what about Facebook,
Right.
what about YouTube? Because you can incorporate those into your LinkedIn now, and they're
so this is a how-to, and this is the strategy. And so you get the two together, you look brilliant, which everybody's saying, wow, Lori, I did your stuff, I followed the book, and all of a sudden I'm being found and people are contacting me on LinkedIn. And that's all they did was build out their profile. We haven't even taught them to build their network yet, but we're running out of time. So what's the...
I think rocktheworldbook.com is the place to go to find the book and find other important information about us. And you know, we're on a national tour. We're on the Rock the World North American Tour 2010. So we're going all around the country, speaking on the book, training around the country, and going to concerts everywhere.
Everywhere.
So that's us, Mike O'Neill and Lori Ruff. We're with Integrated Alliances. And by the way, integratedalliances.com is the corporate site.
Business side. This is our business face. This is our play face.
Which is rocktheworldbook.com. And the book sells for $20. It's available on Amazon. And a really good weekend, and you're nailed. You got it all nailed down. So that's a what do you say? That's a wrap.